How's everybody doing? So YouTube has changed some things in here. Oh, good. I got my own email saying now live on your channel. So I see a couple people popped in. Thank you for joining. Let's see. So this, interesting. Analytics. So YouTube changed the live stream this week, it looked like. Hello, Raymond. Thank you for joining. Let's see. Excellent connection, which is good because I'm in OBS Studio here. I see 0 dropped frames, which is good. Let's see what this has to say. Task Manager. We're in the 30s, 30 to 40%, which is good. Excellent connection. I like that. And now it's cold enough for me with the temperature outside. This new look. Oh, there we go. I saw some drop frames. But Raymond, thank you for joining. If anybody else feel free to join the chat. Got a couple things to talk about today. But first, let's crack a cold one. The drink of the day here, Stella Artois. With Disney shirt, Disney glass. Let's see if I can pour this pretty well right now. Saranyo? Hello. I hope I said your name right. Thank you for joining. The only above average day with temperatures for Albany was November 1st. Interesting. Let's see. A little pour. Let's see if I can get this good. And then top it off. Alright, let's see how this looks. Oh. Saranyu? Is that how you say your name? Thank you for subscribing as well. I just got that notification. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Raymond, as well. Thank you both for joining. All right. So a little bit different this week with the Games and Storms live stream. It's on Friday, because this is also going to be the weekend outlook. So it's not going to be as long of a weather section because we got Jedi Fallen Order, and I have my Star Wars Galaxy Edge Savi's Workshop lightsaber. On camera, this just has a really interesting glow. So we're all Star Wars today. So what do? I'm a professional meteorologist. So I do a lot of weather forecasting. I do a lot of car videos. I have a WRX. So I have put a Stage 2 kit on there. Not too familiar, or not sure if you're too familiar with cars, but it's pretty peppy. I like it. And I do game streaming like this. So this is an interesting stream because we're going to talk about weather forecasts. We're going to look at some forecast models, and then we're going to get into the game of choice for today, which is going to be that Star Wars Fallen Order. I played a little bit of it, and it was interesting. Usually with PC games, I use the mouse and the keyboard, which I started off playing Fallen Order with the mouse and the keyboard, but then a little notice popped up. It said, Although you can use a mouse and keyboard, we recommend using a game controller. I have an Xbox controller here. So it was interesting to see that the game developer said they recommend using a game controller with a PC. So we'll see how that looks. So far, when I was playing, I only played like 20 minutes of it, so I haven't really gotten too deep into there. But it was nice, a nice little experience there. All right, so I'm going to bring up some of these weather maps first, and we're going to take a look at some of the weather for the weekend. I got my bookmarks all set here. And also, so thank you for joining, but I just was curious, how did you find my YouTube channel? Let me get some radar. And also, where in the world are you located? If you're within the eastern seaboard of the U.S., we'll talk about the weather there. Yes, Raymond, this is my first stream after the time change as well, which is why it's also almost dark right now. Alright, so we got some radar. Let's bring up some satellite, which we're going to have to kind of switch from visible satellite because it's not going to show too much visibility at the moment because it's getting too dark. Okay. Got some of that. Let's take a look at some surface analysis. Bringing that up. Good. And then some forecast models. Also, for those watching, the news station I work for, so for everybody new here, I was a professional meteorologist on television inside the New York City area. The news station I work for has officially ended now. So, actually, I could put that in that video. It's actually one of the more recent videos I put up. I think it was within the last 2 videos posted on my channel, which was explaining RNN TV and Verizon Fios. I worked for RNN TV, which produced Fios 1 News. Okay, got a GFS forecast model here. Let's do Eastern Seaboard. Let's grab the icon model. And let's also grab the NAM. Okay. Fairly short for tonight. There's nothing majorly eventful at the moment. Yes, I have seen that subtropical system. We're going to mention it very briefly, but it's not going to be the main concern at the moment. So I will also make sure to get that up here. Oh, you're talking. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. So I'll bring that up. Let's bring that here. Of course, Raymond, you would like to watch Tropical Storm Raymond. Alright, so I got that up here. We'll look at that first. Just making the show here. Alright, I think I'm set. Alrighty then. If anyone wants to partake in a drink, if you're going to do that, do it responsibly as well. So here, let's start this with Raymond. Eastern Pacific here. Tropical Storm Raymond. I didn't know that was the name of it. So it's not going to really affect our area on the east coast of the U.S., but there you go. Tropical Storm Raymond. My name won't be used ever again because it's been retired. Hurricane Andrew back in 1992. That one has been retired. So there is your Tropical Storm Raymond. Alright, let's start here as well. I don't think yeah, it's not coming up on the radar sites there. But here's the whole country radar. We do have a little bit of some interesting weather happening around the southeast here. And this is what we're going to follow when we take a look at these forecast models. So that's what it looks like with the radar. If I switch to the satellite, for this I'm going to try, where's that? NT microphysics, nighttime microphysics here. So with the nighttime microphysics, it's kind of like the best way that the National Weather Service person I learned this from. She described it as visible satellite at night. And this yellow line here, this all that yellow is going to be nighttime. So you can see the sunset line, which is kind of that line right there as it turns yellow. So the pink is daylight, the yellow is going to be nighttime. Oh, really? That's interesting that it's watching that system. But there's not really anything tropical at the moment, and we're really past peak in terms of the tropics, active hurricane season. So anything that does pop up, just like that, so that tropical storm, so Central Pacific, let's take a look if there's anything there. Once it decides to load, there we go. Nope. There we go. Oh, maybe, maybe not. There we go. Central Pacific, so Hawaii. Nothing there. There was nothing in the Atlantic. There was only in this Eastern Pacific. And going back to the Atlantic, nothing here. So any kind of tropical system that is named does get some media attention. Unfortunately, it's not going to get any media attention from Fios One News anymore just because it's over. But we'll see if I'm going to be talking with Joe Chaffee again and see if we can get a dual stream going on. Because, oh, Sarah knew I also have my own green screen studio, so some of my other videos are at the green screen talking about the weather forecast. So here's the nighttime microphysics. So we're seeing really just this little system here. All of this is very light cloud cover, and we have that little sliver of clear air. Now, a couple of these other infrareds that we can look at. Shortwave IR is more of this grayscale. This is where you can see these low clouds. And some of the long wave infrared. This is the one that's more colored. This is kind of what you would see when you're looking at like hurricanes. Then we also have some water vapor. Now we're going to see a lot of moisture around here, but what I was curious at seeing with the water vapor, this yellow here, that's dry air. So I was curious to see if it's sucking up any dry air, because that's basically something that would cause it to basically suffocate by sucking in dry air. Yes, severe thunderstorm events I see as well. Yeah, only the ones that were really severe. I still have, that's like a YouTube memory for me. May 15th, 2018, that was a day that we saw that tornado outbreak in New York. And that's where I was live outside doing my weather podcast, and we were watching the tornadoes form in real time. Air mass is kind of an interesting one because this overlays, so you have your infrared satellite, but it also shows the colors here of these air masses. So here we have one air mass. We have another air mass here, another air mass here. Kind of this is all the same. But basically, those are your two big regions. Here, the colder, and here, the warmer. And there's this little sliver in between. That's what kind of what I was thinking was kind of separating it. And now for the surface analysis. This was from 18Z, which is now that we're in standard time. That was 1 p.m. Eastern time. So there's a front. That's probably moved a little bit closer here, which is going to be kind of what we were seeing through here. That's the front. Let me go back to shortwave. So the edge right there, that edge is what we were seeing with this cold front. Another one passed, and we're kind of in between these two fronts as going through, and that's where this high pressure is trying to squeeze its way in. And we'll look at the forecast models for a little bit, but I think it's going to be pretty nice tomorrow too, because that high is going to be slowly making its way through. So now, let's start taking a look at these forecast models. Yes, we did dodge that high-risk bullet. We had that high risk issued, but nothing ever really came up of it. Okay, so the GFS, Global Forecast System. This is one of the American models. So there's our system that we were watching with on the radar. See how this kind of stays just to the south? But it does kind of bomb out a little bit. So we're seeing, it looks like, say, 1,006, I believe, 1,006 millibars, 1,004, 1,003, 999, and then it starts dropping down 989, 988. So it does intensify quite a bit. And this is for Sunday. So this is also where most of the breezy weather is going to be south of the tri-state region, and that high comes in, and this right here, this is the blocking pattern. This is why we're not getting this system, coming up our way. So with this blocking pattern, this is called a Rex block. So we have, in the northern hemisphere, clockwise rotation around the high pressure. We have counterclockwise rotation around the low pressure. So when we're looking at the flow, follow the mouse here, we're going to have clockwise around to here, counterclockwise around. We're making this figure 8. When we have this figure 8 in place, essentially we have no east or westward movement, which is why this really stays here for a little bit until this high starts to move out faster. And then once that high really moves out, it allows that system to kind of come right up north into here, which is bringing in some little bit of ice. And we'll talk about that in a second, but I just wanted to show that. So for Saturday in the tri-state, we'll be in control with the high pressure will be in control. So this is what's going to allow pretty nice weather. The ISO bars here, those black lines, that's really showing pressure. The closer they are, the steeper the pressure gradient, meaning the stronger the winds. So, we're not seeing terribly windy conditions, but it could be a little bit breezy. And this is only one forecast model, too. So, this is not going to be 100% accurate. This is where we're going to look at, for instance, here, 3 different GFS, Icon, and NAM. So Sunday here, this is where, going into Jersey, the Jersey Shore, it's hinting at some showers. This is as the high starts to make its way out and the Rex block breaks. So it allows maybe some showers to come in on the southern half of the Jersey Shore there. And then by Monday, So that's Monday morning. Monday afternoon, we're seeing some more showers. Now, this is something interesting here. Oh, what do we got here? Yes, exactly, Raymond. I didn't mention that, but you said here it's in the Gulf Stream, which is why it bombs out. So when this low forms right here, so let's say it's right there, it starts absorbing some of this heat energy from the Gulf Stream, which is bringing up this warm water flow from the Caribbean north along the East Coast. So when it sits, this is also a couple things coming together. The Rex block that we have here with this figure 8 around them allows this low to sit there a little bit longer and absorb that heat energy coming off the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf Stream, sorry, Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf Stream warmer water, which is why it looks like it bombs out there. And for those that aren't familiar with that term, bombing out, essentially here, this is your central pressure, 1008, 1006. It drops quite a bit. So it almost looks like a hole is being dug into the atmosphere. So we go from fairly flat here to this pretty centralized hole right there. That's where bombing out comes from, when you have this sheer drop in pressure that's pretty quick, that kind of makes this atmospheric hole or indent in the pressure of the atmosphere. So that's bombing out right there. And like Raymond was saying, because it's sitting in the Gulf Stream, I keep saying Gulf of Mexico, because it's sitting in the Gulf Stream right there, it's pulling in this heat energy from the water. This is something in college where we were studying ocean surface heat flux. Flux just means transfer, the shorter word, but that's the scientific term for a transfer of energy is a flux. Flux capacitor, ring a bell? I don't know if there's any transfer of energy inside the flux capacitor, but we talk about energy flux here. So it's, and fuel for everything is going to be warm water for any kind of tropical system, hurricane like that. But once this low makes its way out into the ocean, it starts feeding off of that. And then once the Rex block starts to break, it makes its way a bit more north, like it's being like a spring. It absorbs the energy, it's being wound up, and then when the high starts to move out, it just pops north. Yes, Raymond, the bomb cyclone, we have heard that term before, which is not a hurricane. Bomb cyclones we don't talk about. It's a made up thing. But this is interesting going into, this is Monday night. Tuesday 0Z is 7 p.m. Monday. If anybody's interested, I can actually make a little video explaining this Zulu time. But on the backside here, so in the low pressure, in the northern hemisphere, we have that counterclockwise rotation. So as we're following these lines, these isobars, we're pulling in northerly air, north winds. So this is coming straight from Canada. So when we're already near the freezing point, bringing in even colder winds means any of this precipitation can start changing over, which is what the GFS is hinting at there. The opposite effect. What do you mean? Raymond, I'm not sure what you mean by the opposite effect. But, that's the GFS here. And then it clears out going into next Tuesday. We're getting into that time of the year where we'll be seeing some little bit of flurries here and maybe some more moderate snow there. That high keeps most things at bay until we get to next Friday. Oh, some cold winds going into not this weekend, but next weekend. Yes, it's not going to be anything too heavy. We're not seeing anything major. Like last November, November 2018, we had that maybe, what was it, 6 to 8 inches of snow? And that crippled the Northeast. Yes, Raymond. So we got some snow squalls coming through. That's right here. It's starting to change over the season. You know what else is signifying the change of the season? It's the malls. The malls are playing Christmas music now. So when the malls play Christmas music, you know it's going to be that time of the year soon. So at least through the next week, we're not seeing a lot until we get to next weekend. Which, that's a little bit of a question mark. We'll keep that in the back of our minds as we go through the weekend. If you want to get the latest weather forecast, anybody that's brand new, again, thank you for subscribing. I'll have some more weather updates for you. So let's switch now to this icon forecast model. The icon model is a German forecast model. Let me let it bring in all this missing data. Yeah, Raymond, we are going to be seeing this lake effect snow. It's that time of the year, and we're seeing it here a little bit too, coming off these Great Lakes on the icon. At least that's for today. So there's the Rex block. And it doesn't really bomb out here. It does intensify a little bit. And that's some pretty heavy bands of rain right there. And this does still look like it brings in. This will see rain and snow. It doesn't show ice. So like here on the GFS, we have rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow. On the icon here, it doesn't show that. It just shows rain and snow. So anything that's blue there, it may not be snow. That could also be freezing rain or sleet. But it's showing the same thing late Monday. There could be a little bit of a changeover there. Then Tuesday looks fine. It's not showing cold enough weather for that. That would have been lake effect snow if it's colder. It's interesting to see that it's not, because this 540 line, which again is not exactly the freezing line, it's an estimate of where the freezing line is. It must be pretty far off, because like here we still have rain. There's your snow. So the freezing line kind of looks like it's up here into Canada versus the 540 line that comes this far south going into Virginia. And then Thursday into Friday, we see some of that rain. And then again on the back side, let's see. On the back side, we could be seeing some more snow. Now, this is where I did have kind of my winter outlook forecast in a previous video. That was all about El Nino and La Nina. The ENSO report for the next 3 months. We talked about that, and I gave my forecast, which, because we're not in El Nino or La Nina for these patterns, we're in this neutral pattern. So El Nino tends to be a little bit warmer. La Nina is a little bit colder, but La Nina is a little bit drier. And El Nino is a little bit wetter. It kind of balances out. So we may be seeing a type of winter where we're going to see regular patterns. just like we did maybe a decade ago in 2009. Wow, it's been a decade. I can't believe that. And now the last one we're going to look at here, the NAM. Let's see, does this show me anything here? This doesn't show me how long I've been on. Oh, there it is. Ah, Raymond. Interesting. So the Venice situation, I haven't looked too much into that, but climate change is you can't completely rule anything out at this point. It is very possible that climate change could have been a factor in why Venice is seeing less, basically more flooding. So anything is possible. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the side of climate change, global warming is a part of it, but more research is needed. Excuse me, because we know Venice has always had flooded areas. Okay, the last four I want to look at here. Internet issue. What's going on here? Well, that was interesting. Okay, well, this looks back to normal. But... Oh, there we go. I just had to hit the live button. Okay, well, it looks like it's back up. Yeah, everything looks like it's good again. Interesting. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, my internet just cut out. But now I'm maintaining a good bit rate. Okay, anyway, what were you saying, Raymond? Did you look into the pivotal weather for the European? Actually, while I have the screen blocked right now, let me log in. Let's take a look at the euro. So the euro does, there we go, back to excellent connection. Good. So the euro does show, there's a little bit of lake effect, snow flurries. And then this system coming up, let's just see. The euro keeps the 540 line north of this the whole time. So usually the 540 line would dip further south than the freezing line. You wouldn't see the other. You wouldn't see the freezing line south of the 540 line. So this, the euro is saying for Monday night to Tuesday, it would be all rain. So that's the euro, and then the last one I'm going to take a peek at is the RPM. A lot of buttons on this one you got to set. Let's take a look. See? Actually, before we start gaming, I'll crack open another one. Okay, so watching the system come up. This is going now into Sunday night, into early Monday. It actually shows a little bit of sleeting. Interesting. Okay, let me close those down. And back to here. There's your little bit of sleet, because the NAM here again shows rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. On the good old Tropical Tidbits website. And that's really as far out as this would go, is 1 a.m. Tuesday. Yep. You are correct, Raymond. The Futurecast there. So whenever you see on television the Futurecast, that is the RPM forecast model. Okay. So we are going to start switching over into gaming mode with lightsabers. I love this thing. This was $200, but it was so worth it. Alright, let's try pour number 2 here. Alright. And then let it settle, and then start adding a little more. Oh, I think this one's going to be good. Oh, a little bit too much foam on the top, but not terrible. Slightly over the mark. So with beer in a Pilsner, you want about 1 inch of what's called head. 1 inch of head, which is that foam layer. This is slightly over an inch there, but overall, not too bad. So, cheers, everybody, through there. Ooh. All right. Interesting. Paying a cable bill for one item. Well, what we do, well, I do, at least my house. I have the triple play, phone, internet, and television. Okay, let's minimize that. Let's boot up Star Wars. Alright. And now you're seeing the OBS studio. Let's see, I think it should load. There we go. Oh, nope. What's going on here? There we go. Delvin, thank you for joining. Actually missed the whole weather discussion part, but we can still talk about weather while we're playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order with lightsabers. So this, because it recommended a gaming controller, I have that all set here. So I don't have to lean into it a little bit. I could sit back. But Delvin, how are you? Whoa, that was quite a stutter. Passport, I'm not sure what the price of that is.
Checking out the disturbance.
Oh, that hurts.
Something looks interesting here.
How'd you get here?
Easy now.
Got a stowaway.
Hey, you don't need to call this in.
Quiet.
Okay, well, it's working better now. It did some weird stuttering in the beginning there. Alright, what do I do here? I don't know if there's a way to sneakily do this, but
Hear that over the comm? Jedi? Stay sharp. You won't get the traitor. Blast him. He's hit. Contact confirmed. Shoot to kill. You're getting lucky. Can't track him. Okay, Jedi. Fight me. I've sealed the cargo door.
oh, this is a little risky here.
Gotta keep moving.
Whoops. Oh. I went the wrong... I fell.
I chose to rest instead. That's how I prepare. That's how you prepare for death. Rest when you're dead, Stormtrooper. Did you hear that too? Here.
Oh, oh. I'm down. I see why it recommended the gaming controller, because you can very lightly move the stick and slowly move in.
I heard something. Confirm? Smash him. I can beat him.
Ooh, fancy.
I live for the chase.
got it. I got a parry. Ah, interesting. Oh, I see.
Stop! Intruder! The fugitive comes this way. I'm ready for it. Jedi!
No. Where do I go from here? There we go. Oh, that language with the characters, that's actually in Disney's Galaxy's Edge as well. Oh, let's see how this goes.
Enemy contact! Back up. I've got this. You can't escape us! Hang on him! Converge on the target. I hit him! We're taking losses! He's hurt. Let's end him.
Oh.
We all learned this one today.
It is actually not Hebrew. It's Arabush? I think it's Arabush is the name of the language. Oh, sorry for hitting the mic. But yeah, Arabesh or Arabush? I think it's Arabesh. Oh. Now that I'm here, let me share this out. Hold on. Okay, share that out to here. Share that out to here as well. And share that out to here as well. And one more share. Okay, let's try this battle again. What is it?
Too solid! I can take him myself. Target is mobile.
there's learning happening in my brain at the moment. Oh, the cold front went through already. Nice. Yeah, I experienced that the other, I think it was Tuesday. Oh, right through the middle there. There we
Get
go.
to the front. Stop the train. Oh no! Need cover. Gotta move in between bursts. Now.
And
Faster.
run.
He's here. I'm ready for you, Trent.
Ha! Oh, that was funny.
You shot the coupling out. Gotta get down. Ah! 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 No, no, no!
Okay.
Whoa! This is bad.
Yeah, this looks pretty bad.
Only way is up.
Oh, that's just interesting right there.
Oh!
What is this?
We're here to help!
Who are you?
No time! Keep moving! We'll pick you up when we can!
I thought we're supposed to trust no one. Oh, right, that was from before. When I was playing a little bit earlier. Ooh, explosions. Let's do a little running start.
Enemy here. Right. Just need one clean hit. I can't fight anymore. Step back. I've got this. One down.
Come on. Oh, so easy. I like it though. Oh, oh.
What now? Train stuff? This can't be good. Whoa!
Jump now! Hold on! No!
Going somewhere. I recognize that stance. Perhaps you had some training after all. Who's your master, Padawan? Someone I killed, perhaps? What Jedi gave their life so that you might live? Tisk tisk, Jedi. Very well. You won't dodge the next. Do not test my patience. You have to do better.
This is barely doing any damage to her.
Get on board!
Okay, shut that thing off and grab some seat.
Thanks for the help. But who are you people?
My name is Sir Junda, and this is my captain, Reese-dritis.
How you doing? Yeah, the Mantis is my ship, but you better pay attention to this lady here.
So, who are you?
Cal, Kestis. Who was that back there?
An Imperial Inquisitor. She's a Force user hunting Jedi survivors. And now that she knows who you are, she will not stop until she destroys you.
How do you know so much? And why'd you help me?
We tracked Imperial communications. We heard the Inquisitors were heading to Bracca. So we made our move.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's the bounty on Jedi these days anyway.
That's gratitude for you.
I get it. You've been surviving on your own for so long that it's impossible to trust anyone. And it's what's kept you alive. But this is about something bigger than just surviving.
Oh, that's quite a big delay.
Like rebuilding the Jedi Order.
I'm watching. Oh, it's not live. Oh, interesting.
Anybody
I was like,
else?
that's a big delay. It
We're not
ended up
ready
not
for
being
it.
live for some weird reason.
Jedi Council?
Gone.
So I'm all you've got.
Captain, set a course for Bogano.
Aye.
In the meantime, try and relax. Go, you're safe. For now.
That was an interesting intro to the game.
You gotta move on and live your life. Find your destiny. Calico! You were talking in your sleep. Weirdo.
Interesting little accommodations here. There's still this ever so slight frame rate drop. I don't know why. Oh, interesting. He's a musician. Musician Jedi.
That's all. I wrote it. Years ago. You touch an object and witness events connected to it. You feel its history.
It's an echo in the Force from the object.
Not many Jedi have that skill.
How would you know that?
I was once a Jedi, but not anymore.
Do I know you?
No. But I knew your master, Jaro Tapal. He was a true guardian of the Republic.
He was a hero.
Now, I don't necessarily mind a lot of storytelling. This is something that was interesting missing from the last game.
I survived, but my connection to the Force is damaged. When I meditate, if I let my guard down, I lose control. It's like I'm back in that moment when...
You survived, Cal. And you're not alone. Not anymore.
We're coming up on our destination.
So he lost his connection to the Force. Interesting.
This is Bogano. A Jedi I knew discovered it before the Purge. won't find it on any maps.
The Empire doesn't know this place exists.
No.
So, what's the plan? We hide out here?
We're done hiding, Cal. See that structure over there? I believe that vault holds the key to rebuilding the Jedi Order. But it requires someone strong in the Force to pass its test.
Ah.
Since you're not a Jedi anymore, that's why you need me.
I know you don't trust me. And I'm not really sure I trust you. But we have a common enemy. And a common cause. I'll share more of my plan after you reach the vault. But, until then, there's someone here I think you should meet. May the Force be with you.
Let's see, because he doesn't have his little robot Padawan, or, his robot friend.
Guess I'm looking for a Jedi then. But if there's already one here, why does Seer need me?
Oh. It doesn't have to load into another location. I like. What is this thing?
Hey there, little guy.
No, can't get in here. Alright, well, wow, what's this? Do I not have force push? Ah, it just has the slow. Okay. So not yet. Very interesting. Delvin, thank you for letting me know. A lot of the sunny days are shortening very quickly now. I got stuck on that same plant over there. Oh, I fell. I thought I could run on that.
This looks like a safe place to meditate. Just need to focus my mind.
Ooh, save points. Overhead slash. Ah, interesting. Oh, there's his little robot buddy.
Hey, BD1. I'm Cal. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm looking for someone. No, not you. I'm searching for a Jedi, I think. Hold on. You know the Jedi? What do you know? Wait, hold on. Did you just slice that? Thanks.
I could climb some vines. Interesting.
That's the vault Seer mentioned. Whoever I'm supposed to find must be waiting there.
Oh, look. There's those, right here. Those red doors are places I can't get to at the moment. Cute little guy, the cute little robot. Well, let's see what's over here. There's a couple different ways. Let's try this way.
I sense something over here. That's a really big bug.
Ah, they do try and attack you. Wait, where's the overhead one? Where's my skill tree? Why? There we go. Okay. There we go. Ooh. What is this? Oh.
It was after boggling eggs in the pack pot back.
Nope. Nothing up there.
No way through here. Guess that's why BD1 warned me. Alright, maybe I'll listen to you next time.
I think when I play this on my own a little later, the stutter won't be there. Oh. Oh, oh. Wait, where do we go? Where's that? Where'd the little robot guy go?
across this gap somehow. Zip line? Whoa! How'd you know that would work? Wait, you didn't?
I guess this is another door I can't get through.
That's not opening. Careful over there. That doesn't look safe. Just like back at the scrapyard. Hold on, BD1. I'm coming.
Come on, try it. No. What is over here?
Whoever lived here used this room for storage. They kept food and supplies. Hey, that was pretty brave. You okay? Wait, I can help you with that. Will you let me? Oh, okay. Well, this comp link is busted, but this should help you get moving for now. Okay, try that. The vault. Yeah, that's where I was headed to. Okay, well, first we gotta figure out a way out of this place.
Okay. Oh, that was the same kind of stand I had. Ooh, there's orange. Kind of like that. Ooh, this is a lot more customization. Oh, lightsaber!
BD, that's a little small for me. Don't worry, I'll find my own way out. Tight fit, but this should work. Those vines look like they lead somewhere. Hope they're sturdy.
this way. What was that? Interesting. Jump backwards.
Yeah, I'm all right. Healing stim. You're full of surprises. That's better. Thanks, little droid. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, okay. Here, hop on board. So, how'd you get here? Don't remember? I've never known a forgetful droid. Can't argue with that.
Ah, there's the map. That's how the map works.
I'll check it out. I'm looking.
Bog rats and splocks.
Moving out. Hey, a chest. Think the Jedi would mind if we grab supplies? Something was in there.
New emitter. Fancy. Oh, this is all going back to the same area. There's a tower. So, how do we get out? To the left? What's to the left?
Nice job.
There we go. There's up.
That's where we need to go. I can feel it. Mapped everywhere we've been. can't make it over there. We gotta find another way.
I thought I was supposed to run on the walls here. Whoa, that's a big thing.
I need some meds, BD1. On demand. Okay, I'll look.
Oh, I keep forgetting to dodge. Dodging is kind of important. Oh, am I back here? Or am I? Yeah. Well, I will pause it here for now. See, this just recommends the Xbox controller. Very interesting. All right. Well, that pretty much concludes the stream tonight. Not as long as usual. Usually it's a 2-hour stream. But thank you guys for joining. Thank you to anybody new that's watching. So, Saren, if you're still there, thank you for joining. And feel free to check out my channel for some more really cool content. So I had a camera review posted. I do a lot of photography and videography as well. I still have to get Spectra done, which it's been a year now since I first started that project, so gotta get back on that. Overall, though, again, thank you all for joining. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Check back often for more content, weather forecasts, game streams like this, anything like that, and car stuff. Can't forget that. Have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next video.